All right, sorry about that, everyone. Just some technical difficulties that we had to scramble to sort out. But we are back, and there has been no score yet, so that's at least something good. But what has happened is there has been a rather, well, a really bad injury for the Sharks, and it's the number 8 Crenier who, after about a minute and a half, had to go off. So Sharks with immediately a terrible injury. But that kind of stopped the game. I mean, if that hadn't happened, we'd probably be about 15 minutes into the game, but we're only about 9. So still 0-0. Sharks showing early signs of um, typical Sharks behaviour this year with just pretty poor basics. I mean, Fassi just threw a pass about 5 meters behind Okanyo, which almost led to a try for Ulster, which we are almost too used to seeing from the Sharks recently. But fortunately, there's been no score yet for Ulster. Sharks. Well, there is a Shark scrum on our 10-meter line, which means Pepsi. By the way, so the change is now Pepsi Buthelezi has gone to 8, and I think that who's come on for him? Let's see who's come on for him. It must be Lavaskakni who's come on for him. So Sharks attacking up the blind side through Fassi. Ulster trying to get over it and turn it over, and they have. They've got the turnover in that ruck. So now Ulster will have an attack. Good defense here from the Sharks so far. Burns getting it wide. McCloskey. McElroy on the wing. He's beaten Fassi, or is it not? Nope, he's beaten Masuku, but Mapimpi brings him down. Good counter ruck there from the Sharks, and they win the penalty. And it was Ethan Hooker who got that penalty. So yeah, sorry about the delay, guys. Absolute crazy issues with the I suppose our back end, but all sorted now. And hopefully the Sharks can actually put on a performance. It looks like a really windy day down in Derbs. Etzebeth's hair blowing all over the place. Masuku kicks to the line. Really decent penalty touch clearance, that one from Masuku. And he brings play almost up to the Ulster 22. Yeah, really poor missed tackle from Masuku. Just let him run. But Ethan Hooker getting that turnover penalty. And good on him. I think it's his first start in a while. So there was a boot problem. Not sure for who, but he's just got his new boots tied up now. Oh, it's Ntunu, who is just changing his boots. Sharks got a line out about midway between the 10 and the 22 of Ulster. And hopefully they can do something with it. Just a reminder, guys, just like as always, get your comments in the chat. Let us know what you reckon the score is going to be. Who do you think the stand-up performers will be for both sides? Don't forget, there's been a few coming back into it. And certainly Ulster bolstered by the trio returning. Sharks win their line out at the top, although it's not clean, so Mbanami has to give it Hendrickse. Hendrickse feeds Msuku, it hits the line, and he offers that kind of game that Bosch just can't. He's a bit bigger than Bosch, so he can hit the line hard. Good little run there from Jacobs. Hendrickse to Bongi Mbanambi. Mbanambi hits into O'Toole. Good inside ball to Mchunu. Kitsov almost giving away a penalty there. Krobler. Supported by Nchutuka. Fassi acting as number 10. Feeds Am. Am cuts in field. Gets the offload away, but he's handed it straight to Ian Henderson. Sharks lose the ball because of that. Although there is then a knock-on from Ulster. Sharks will have a scrum. Who are you supporting today? I imagine most of you will be supporting the Sharks. Remember, that's who you're supporting, not who do you think is going to win. I have a feeling Ulster will win because the Sharks just make everything hard for themselves. So Sharks will have a attacking scrum, centre of the field, so perfect launch for an attack if they can make it work. So Labaskakni has gone to 6, and Pepsi Buthelezi has moved back to 8. So it's a steady scrum, good scrum from both sides there. Sharks will have the play of it. Msuku to Am. Am gets on his bike, tackled by McCloskey. Fassi on the wing, steps through one tackle. Smacked down by the wing, though. They're only 10 meters out at the moment. Sharks attacking well. Hendrickser feeds Krobler. Krobler going nowhere. Oof. Chunu clear out there, a bit brutal. Msuku feeds Bongi Manambi. Kitsoff gets him back. Msuku again. Tries to beat the line. Brought down. Here's Mapimpi cutting back in field. Hendrickser. Chitsuka. Driven back. Ulster definitely not rolling away here. How has he allowed that when he has not shown any daylight and not rolled away? Of course. So it's hacked downfield by Ulster, but the ball does not go out. So Edwin Keita had to be running back there. He's got on his bike. He's running well. He's through the gap. Then is brought down by Kitsoff on halfway. Hendrickser, box kick over the top. And I think he's kicked that straight into touch, and he has. So it'll be a line out on halfway. But it was a good run there from Edwin Keita. But just... yeah, I disagree with that. I think Ulster should have been penalised at that ruck. He shows no... nah, okay, fine. He wasn't the tackler. That's fair. I'm surprised we actually didn't give away a penalty, though. There's a nice... a nice... almost like an orchestra there in the stands playing some music. Don't forget, Vincent Koch is on the bench and hopefully going to be making his Sharks debut tonight. Just having a quick look at David McCann. Ireland under 19 and under 20 player. Playing number 7 for Ulster tonight, or rather this afternoon, I guess. It will be a line out to Ulster on about halfway from where Hendrickser kicked it. I'm just having a chat with the referee. Obviously, Kitsoff very used to being back home in South Africa. He must be quite happy with that. Although obviously, you know, being an ex-Stormer, he might be playing against his old team next weekend. So Ulster throwing at the line out. They go to the front through Henderson. Sorry, Treadwell, not Henderson. There's McCloskey. God, McCloskey is a huge man playing 12. Hume. Here is Treadwell. Supported by his partner Henderson. Sharks trying to get over it. They've stolen it on the ground. Chituka comes away with it. He's beaten one. He's just scragged by the hooker. Has to pass the ball out the back. Mapimpi picks up one. Hands off one. He's up to the 22. Oh, and Sharks again lose it at the top of the ruck. With Kitsoff just basically just going, yeah, I'll have that. And it's hacked downfield again. Fassi has to race back and grab the ball. He has to clear. It's an all right clearance. It brings player back up to it. Not, I don't think it brings player back up to halfway, but the Sharks just letting, the Sharks forwards just not supporting each other. Really poor from the Sharks. That was weird. Great run though from Chituka. Yeah, and the forwards just not doing anything. And just Kitsov just puts his hands in, grabs it, and goes. And not even touched by a Sharks player. Vincent Shintuka, 35th appearance for him. Don't forget he was a Lion before. Bongi and Benumbi getting some strapping on his, what I can only assume is his ankle. Bongi and Benumbi's 29th appearance for the Sharks. So we got about 16 minutes into this game so far. Still 0-0. And well, Sharks not looking fantastic. Interesting on attack, but then just softly giving away the ball every time. Soft turnovers. So we'll finally get back underway with another Ulster line out. So Ulster have set a really good maul here, and it's going forwards well. Sharks have been very notorious for just shoddy maul defense in the recent years. It's finally stopped. Here's McCloskey, the big man, but he is stopped really well by Pepsi Buthelezi. Buthelezi being penalised here for not rolling away. He didn't really have an opportunity to, but that is the rules of rugby. Have to make a better effort. And this is really good from from Ulster there, but they will have the penalty, and they will come back for that penalty. It's about 10 meters in from that left-hand touchline. Could be a potential to go for a kick to the poles here. Let's see. No, I think Burns is going to go. Yeah, he is. Burns is going to kick to the corner. And does so. He brings play about 15 meters from the Sharks line. So another Ulster line out, about 15 meters from the Sharks line. And hopefully the Sharks can defend well here. Finds the jumper in Treadwell. Set another maul. Etzebeth trying to drag out Henderson. Does manage to do so. He needs to get back round, though. He needs to get his weight in there. Really good maul defense there for once for the Sharks. Ulster attacking through their props. Here is Kitsov. Penalty advantage. I'm assuming offside. Sharks just getting a bit overeager there. Here is McCann. Cooney. Here is Treadwell. He's a meter out. They feed to Timoney. Can't quite make it over. And there is the first try of the game. And Ulster will get over. I think we're going to check the TMO. But I think it's been awarded. Oh no, it looks like they are checking it. But I mean, there is a penalty advantage anyway, So there will be either, they'll either take a scrum or they'll take the points. But hopefully this is not a try, but I'm assuming it probably will be. Let's see. Does he get the ball down? It looks like there's an arm under it. It's difficult to say. It's very fine margins. It looks like might have his hand under that ball, in which case it will be no try, but it will be well, they'll come back for the penalty. And brilliant defense there from if he has kept that up, because stopping a man like Timoney is not easy. Yeah, I don't think they can give that. Oh, okay. Nope, they've awarded the try. Yep, so they've awarded that try and play is already underway. I'm not sure that was the right call, but fair play to Ulster. Good try for them. Jeez, Msuku upending the number 14 McElroy. So Ulster 7, Sharks 0. Yeah, Sharks 0, Ulster 7. Good start for them. So box kick from Cooney. Fassi tries a hitch kick. Doesn't get through. He is scribed, but we do retain possession. Hendrickser to Krobler. Brought down in a tackle. Hendrickser lining up a box kick. Ball under Jakob's feet. Halfway through the first half. Good height from Hendrickser. Everyone lets the ball bounce. So Chituka slaps it back. It's a penalty to Ulster for being in front of the kicker. Oh, God, the Sharks love being a useless team. So it is 7-0, guys, just so you know. The scoreboard has not updated just yet. So Ulster kick to the corner. They got a line out about 10 meters out. I mean, very fine margins. Very fine margin on that penalty, but okay, sure. I imagine Ulster will set a maul here. It's been good so far. McElroy lifting at the front, although it looked like he was just being a dummy. But they do set their maul. Sharks are going to need to defend as well. Etzebeth is hanging on for dear life at the back there. First stop called. Burns comes away with it. Why the hell is he in there? Cooney. Here is Treadwell. Cooney again. Henderson this time. It looks like they're going to try and use McCloskey here. Oh, Ulster try to go through the middle. Free kick to the Sharks. Free kick to the Sharks. Who was it? It was number 13. So it was Hume. Basically made the Sharks think that he'd taken the ball out, and I'm surprised. I thought you could do that. That's interesting. I've never seen a free kick given for that. Suku kicks for the free kick and brings play inside the Ulster half. Bloody good kick there from Suku. See, I'm surprised by that. Unless it's because he went through the middle of the ruck. But, I mean, otherwise he's just a dummy runner. So, first water break of the game, 24 minutes in. So, first water break of the game. Okay, there we go. The scoreboard's updated now. Obviously, the Sharks behind 7 points to 0 at this first water break. We got about 16 minutes left of this first half. Hopefully, the Sharks can actually do something about this and actually get some points on the board. But not looking too clinical right now, which is fantastic, isn't it? But hopefully they can get back into this game. But otherwise, are there any comments in the chat? Go on, guys, chuck some comments in the chat. We've got 58 people watching. Now, I know some of you have some opinions about this game. Let me know your thoughts on the Sharks and their season. What do you think needs to change? And what do you think the problem is? Why do you think it's been such a poor season for the Sharks? Do let me know. I'm always curious to talk to people about it because it is obviously, my team, sadly, my favorite club rugby team in the world. And we've just been really poor for the last few years. Really poor. In fact, poor since we were leading Super Rugby in lockdown. That's the last time I remember us being decent. When we were leading the log and it got the competition got called off. That was the last time I remember us doing well, which is so sad because that was like 4 years ago. But yeah, let me know what your thoughts are on the Sharks. So we're just waiting for play to get underway again after that water break. No changes have been made yet, except obviously the forced one through the injury to Currie. His first name. What is his first name? Is it George? Don't know. So Stewart will have the line out for Ulster. It was a free kick, so it is the Ulster line out. Ulster looking to move it through the midfield. Good hit on Hume there. Here is Stewart. That's a forward pass. Not picked up on the forward pass from Stewart to Hume. Cooney with a little dummy run. Stewart flings it wide to Burns. Hendrickso with a great tackle on O'Toole. Henderson trying a little bit of a step, but he is wrapped up really well. Cooney. McCann. Is that McCann? Or is it Sheridan? Sheridan. God, these I don't know some of these Irish players. Cooney flings it back to Burns. Burns changes direction, kicks the other side. He's split both Fussy and Cater, but the ball is going to go into goal. However, it's unfortunately not going to roll dead. So it will be a goal line dropout. Which, to be honest, a goal line dropout is not always a bad option for a team to use against their opponents, because it does give you possession back. It just depends how you deal with the return play, but it gives you a good counter-attack opportunity because they have to decide whether to kick it as long as possible or high and short. Timoney runs it straight back into Krobler. They're almost up to the 22. It's a good spot tackle from Am, but they are clear. McElroy, O'Toole shifts it wide to Hume. Msuku brings him down. They're almost up to the 5-meter line now. I'm told to leave it. Addison wrapped up as he tried to go over the top. Here is Kitsoff. Kitsoff met by Nchunu. Spins out of that tackle, but then is brought down. Cooney. Here is Stewart. Stewart loses it forwards. Fussy with a clearance kick. No one's home. It's going to be a chase. And I tell you what, Cater is after this. And he's got, no, it's not, it's Hooker. He's got there first. Oh, he's tapped it through once. Come on, just pick it up. Yeah, Pepsi Buthelezi picks it up after a scramble from all of them and dives over. The Sharks do get a try. And tell you what, Ethan Hooker is rapid. The number 12 just shot after that. And that, bloody hell, the man, I thought it was the winger, he was running so fast. But that is a quick number 12. And that's all because Addison was in the had attacked the line. And the only person running back, who is that? He must be a forward the way he was not getting back there. And brilliant speed from Hooker. He misses, his second tap was not great. But then as Cater tries to pick it up, he goes over and misses. And then Pepsi Buthelezi grabs it and just kind of runs to the right and dives over. Challenging kick here from Siamusuku. 39 meters out to the right. But hopefully he can knock this over and level the scores. 28 minutes gone. Masuku. Straight down the middle. Sharks draw level. And that is more like it. Colin Roth. Maybe Sharks will come back. I mean, I hope so. But so, hi Victoria. How are you doing? Love the emojis. Or that dinosaur one's cute. But hi guys. How are you doing? Hopefully we're going to have a good game on our hands here. I want to see some actual like phase scores from the Sharks, not just tries like that where it's just pure opportunistic stuff. I want to see us actually build a score. So kickoff from Ulster. They go deep, and it is Masuku who picks up and clears. And he has a massive boot on him, and he brings play back up, if not over, halfway. He's got a cannon on him, this guy. The score is 7 points all, D Brown. The score is 7-all. The Sharks have just scored and drawn level. So Stewart will have the line out throw. 10 minutes left in this half. They go to the front through Treadwell. They break off the back. Here is Sheridan. Good tackle from Labeskakny. Ref gets in the way. Hume passes straight in. Sorry, not Hume. Cooney passes straight into him. And so they'll restart the game with a scrum to Ulster. So with 10 minutes left, it'll be a scrum to Ulster just inside their own half after the referee kind of got in the way of that pass there. And it hit him, so he had to restart. Ooh, excuse me. It's been a long, long week. Brother is a Shark supporter, you're a Bulls supporter, and your father was a Lions supporter. So you're covering everything except the Stormers, aren't you? And I suppose the Cheetahs. But there is news that the Cheetahs might rejoin Super Rugby, and if they do, I think every South African will get behind them and start watching Super Rugby again. Penalty at the scrum for walking around and wheeling from the Sharks. So it's a huge pressure release and easy entry for Ulster. And just unnecessary, like, come on. But yeah, if the Cheetahs get back into Super Rugby, you're damn right I'll be supporting them. The way the Cheetahs have played in the Challenge Cup this year, they're great. Good vibes in sport, not politics. good lekker vibes. Lekker vibes. Yeah, you see the Sharks are giving away the last 3 penalties. They'll want to cut those out, especially considering their season so far. They need to put themselves in the best opportunity position to win. So Stewart will have a line-out throw. We got about 8.5 minutes left. They break off the back, and it's a loose pass out to the winger in McElroy. Sorry, not McElroy. Who's the other winger? Lowry. Kits off. Good tackle by Labaskakni. He loves tackling. Here's Treadwell. Met by Jacobs. Good tackle from Jacobs. Cooney. Oof, it's a big hit. Sharks defending well currently. Hendrickson rushes up. There's space down the left-hand side. And I'll tell you what, Kitsoff's got some pace. Ball's squirted out, and O'Toole dives on it. Sharks trying to get over him, but can't do so. Here's Treadwell. Big hit by Mbanambi to upend him. Hendrickson comes through. Surprised there was no knock on there. And yes, Etzebeth with the turnover. Penalty to the Sharks and a pressure release. And it's the big man himself. Thanks, Colin. Love all rugby. Support Victoria, you support the Springboks and the Stormers. Now, that's quite nice for you because the Stormers are doing well. And obviously the Springboks win all the World Cups and everything. Think about how hard it has been for me in recent years. I support the Sharks and England. Think about how hard my rugby life has been recently. Oh, God. But yeah, I mean, look, we came third in the Six Nations, but I'm really proud of how England has improved over that Six Nations. They played some fantastic rugby, and that was all I really cared about. So Sharks win their line out, set a really strong maul here. It's stopped, so they're probably going to be told to use it. Still moving forwards a little bit. That Ulster defense is creaking. Sharks maul still moving forward. It's broken off and moved forward again. They've made a good 20 meters now. And this is brilliant. Hendrickson does bring it out. Goes to Hooker. Masuku with a kick through. And probably not the right option there. And it's a... so yeah, there was a penalty. I forgot. So, penalty to the Sharks. But I think he should have kept that in hand. I tell you what, guys. You'll quite like this. Last week, Friday... I met RG Sneeman in Edinburgh. I was out bowling and he was at the same place. He was with all his Munster mates. So I saw RG Sneeman in this bowling alley, which was quite funny. He is absolutely massive. And that's how I recognized him, because I was like, very few humans are that tall. And I didn't realize that the person I asked if it was him was Joey Carberry. But yeah, no, it was good to see him. Yeah, chat with him. It was interesting. Really nice guy. Really nice guy. And if any of you know like Scottish rugby and past Scottish players, I saw Jim Hamilton this morning, walking his dog. I think it's probably slightly behind just because of the stream that I'm watching. But not massively. So Ulster get the ball back and they clear. Bear in mind that's a goal line clearance. But Sharks going to play quickly. Fassi takes on the line, beats one. Then is tackled by Henderson and Timoney. Hendrickson. They're almost up to the 22. Hendrickson with a chip over the top. Mapimpi's chasing. Mapimpi's not quite going to get there. And they dot the ball down. Was that carried over though? McCann dots it down. Yeah, so D it's slightly behind. And that's just because the stream coming from the stadium is always a little bit behind. RG scored last night. Really? I actually didn't even see any of the rugby last night. But good on him. He's such a good guy. And yeah, we talked about him moving to Leinster. Talked about school and him going to Uffies. And talked about the channel as well. Sharks have a 5-meter scrum. It was carried over. So Sharks need to score off this. This is the perfect field position to score a try when all forwards are tied up. And what I would like to see here is Hendrickson actually firing out to Masuku and Hooker coming off a dummy scissors line and crashing into a hard line 12 run. So hopefully they do something exciting with this, and hopefully we just get the ball. But it looks like Buthelezi might be picking this up at the back of the scrum. They're looking for the penalty, though. And they get it. Sharks have got the penalty. Hendrickser taps and goes. Hendrickser is over. No. They're calling him back. Not taken on the mark. I mean, debatable. I mean, that's debatable, but sure. But he's been called back, so it'll probably be they might go for another scrum, to be honest. Maybe play for another penalty. Yep, they're going to call for another scrum, and I'm not surprised there. They've got this Ulster pack under pressure. And so, play for a potential penalty try, potentially play for a yellow card. Why not? So Sharks looking to go into halftime in the lead. That'd be very nice, wouldn't it? As the commentator is saying, this is probably the strongest Sharks team we've seen this tournament. So much cleaner scrum, but both front lines go out, so they're going to have to play with this. Buthelezi breaks off the back. He's beaten one. He's past the 5. He's about a meter out. Here is Jacobs. Slow ball now for the Sharks, though. Mchunu. Jacobs is going to go again. No, he's knocked it on. Fuck's sakes! Come on! Ugh, for God's sake. And the Sharks. Yeah, I mean, that doesn't matter if they don't score any points. Richard Camis. Mate, I remember I lived in South Africa for a long time. I remember flipping ESCOM, and God knows if that's ever going to be sorted out. But I mean, it's crazy that even now, like I still am thinking that maybe I'll end up in Cape Town. I mean, I live in Edinburgh now, but like I wouldn't mind ending up in Cape Town later on in life, because I do miss South Africa, oddly enough. Yeah, really silly, unfortunate, unforced error there from the Sharks, especially in such an easy attacking position. And it's just lack of execution from the Sharks, and we've had this problem for God knows how long. We can't execute. And this constant buying players and stuff is, it's silly, really silly. I do miss South Africa. I lived in Pietermaritzburg for 14 years, and while I don't miss Maritzburg much, I miss South Africa and the country itself. And that's coming from an Englishman who supported England in South Africa. Believe me, that was not easy. So defensive scrum for Ulster now, with 40 seconds left in this first half. They get it out the back through Timoney. Here's McCloskey. No, sorry, that was Hume. They're going to look just to clear here. Hopefully the Sharks can get some pressure on them. And here's Henderson. Edsabeth brings him down. Can't go for the ball, though. He's brought off his feet. Come on, just put some pressure. So Currie passes off to Kitsoff. Good tackle from Labuschagne. They're just trying to get to halftime. They're not going to kick this until... Told to use it. Currie to Burns. Burns does get it out. But no. Sharks wanted to take it quickly, but the whistle, what's it called? The halftime hooter had already gone. The ball crossed the line, and that will be the halftime score. 7 points to all. And considering the way we started, I'm happy with that scoreline because we were pretty awful in that first half, and that we could have conceded more. David, what's easier, supporting the Poms in South Africa or in Scotland? Oh, definitely Scotland. Definitely Scotland. Although Scotland have had our number for the last few years. I certainly think that we finished above them in the Six Nations. And in all honesty, we played really poorly against Scotland, and we only lost by 9 points. So a lot could be different. But that is it, guys. That's half time. 7 points to all. We will be back in 10 minutes for the second half. So don't go away. Definitely stick around. It's great to chat to you in the chat as well. And hopefully the Sharks can, in this 40, turn it into a victory. Get our second victory of the bloody season. Scary, that. But we'll be back soon. Cheers, guys. Alright, and we are back. It is well, Ulster are back onto the pitch. I assume the Sharks are going to be coming back on fairly presently. I don't know about you, but I love wait, hang on. I forgot my camera's there. I love sausage dogs, and this is my weenie cup. It's just something about me. My cousin has a weenie, and I love it. It's probably my favorite animal I know right now. So Sharks are finally coming back onto the field. 7 points all at half time. Um, hopefully, we can we can get something more out of this game because at the moment the Sharks are it's tense. Possession's been 44% Sharks, 50%, 56 Ulster, 47 carries to for the Sharks to 72 for Ulster. More tackles made by the Sharks, more meters made by the Sharks, and less penalties conceded. So overall, it's actually not been too bad. But just I think the turnover rate, the Sharks getting turned over, has been one of the biggest problems. So, well, I'll let you know if any changes have been made. Sharks now playing left to right. And Suka did have a good first half. Sharks need to now just string it together. Just waiting to get underway. Not sure what we're waiting for. There we go. Msuku launches it fairly low and just in field, and it's oh god, what's his name again? Lowry, who catches and it's just outside the 22, so it can't be kicked out. Ulster looking to work into a field position where Currie can clear. He does box kick. Fussy will be coming forward to claim it. He does, but it's a great tackle on Lowry to bring him down immediately. Here we go. Shatuka takes on Burns, wriggles out of that, gets the ball away to Hooker. Hooker's through one. Brought down by Sheridan. Here is Hendrickse feeds Jacobs. Good. This is good from the Sharks. Hendrickse changes direction, goes to Hooker. And it's Labaskakny who knocks it on. Stewart with a back out behind the back pass. And it's number 13, Hume, who kicks it downfield, but he did have advantage, so maybe not worth doing that. Sharks kick it back. And Fussy with a decent clearance brings play back to halfway. And it is Burns, the number 10 for Ulster, who's down at the moment. And I wonder if he got a shot. Looks like he's holding his shoulder. It's Billy Burns. Oh yeah, because Freddie Burns is the one who went to what, the Highlanders for a season, something like that. Didn't do, and he found it difficult. But I know, but now it's Reece Patchell out there playing for the Highlanders, and he's doing really well. The Highlanders are quite are fans of bringing overseas players, like just what kind of one out there overseas player. Just waiting for this injury to be resolved. Hopefully for Billy Burns, he's okay. He's a very good player, Billy Burns. Yeah, no, nah, there's no way in hell Billy Burns is going to be able to keep going here. He's not looking comfortable. And it was on his attempted tackle for. Yeah, no, it was when he was trying to dive for Ethan Hooker. He, yeah, he gets his shoulder or his arm caught as he lands, and it kind of rips under him. So that's his game done. So now there will probably have to be a reshuffle here. It's number 29 who's sorry, 21, 29. 21 which means it will be Doak. Doak, who will be going in at 10, I guess. So actually, well, is it Cooney or is it Doak who will be playing 10? Because Doak is usually a 9. No, it's Doak. Doak will be playing 10. Oh, no, maybe not. No, he is. Yeah, he's playing 10. So Ulster with the ball here. Stewart with a good spot tackle from Buthelezi. Big wrestle match going on between Kitov and Mbanambi. I tell you what, though, Buthelezi has come up with a brilliant steal there. The Sharks really getting into the thick of this stuff now. Msuku with a kick over the top for Fassi to chase. It's gone straight into his hands. He got the offload to Vincent Chituka. Brilliant play there. Here is Etzebeth. Etzebeth off to Mchunu. Mchunu's through the line. Gets the ball away to Buthelezi. Buthelezi hands off one. They're 10 meters out. And this is so much better from the Sharks. Hendrickse feeds to Chituka. Hendrickse again. This time to Musuku, to Krobela. Oh, he's beaten one tackle. Hendrickse. Oh, and Etzebeth drops it forwards. Bugger. The overall, much more positive from the Sharks. That was really good play there. Really good play there from the Sharks. Brilliant turnover from Buthelezi. And then the attack was smooth. It was fluid. It was brilliant. Again, though, execution. But that chip over the top from Masuku was straight into the hands of Fassi. Then the ball to, yeah, Etzebeth should have done better there. Etzebeth should have done better. That's frustrating. But Buthelesi's having a good game. Scorer of our try. Playing well. He's got some turnovers. Now Sharks need to put pressure on this this Ulster scrum. Right in front of their own poles. 10 meters out. Really need to put some pressure on it. 5 handling errors apiece so far. And free kick to Ulster because Sharks pushing early. And that's just really annoying and a huge let off. How's the poll going? 77 people, or 77% of people saying they're supporting the Sharks today. Good on you. Good on you. Oh, show the chat. It just cleared out the whole chat. Yeah, that's odd. Keep checking your comments in the chat, guys. I like interacting with you while we go through this game. It's a line out to the Sharks. No, it won't. Yeah, it was a free kick. So yeah, Sharks line out. I'd say halfway between the 10 and the 22. Krobler takes it well. Set the maul. And Sharks could mount an attack here. It's moving forwards. Stopped now. They're probably going to be told to use it soon. Don't forget, guys, the Women's Six Nations are starting this weekend. In fact, I think Ireland and France have just kicked off. It is worth watching, especially the England team. They're incredible. And I'm certainly going to be watching some of the women's rugby this Six Nations. I might try and go watch a couple of games. It is Jakobs inside to Mchunu. Mchunu decides to cut out. Oh, he bounces off one. Hendrickse. Masuku to Am. Am's brought down, but can go again. He's not held in the tackle. And he's got up and gone another 3 meters. Hendrickse. Masuku out to Labaskakni, supported by Etzebeth. Here's Masuku again. Mchunu off inside to Chituka, who done really well. Jakobs gets the ball over the top to Mapimpi. Mapimpi puts it on the toe. Edmund Keita's chasing, has to knock it forwards, and he's got it down. Brilliant try. Brilliant try from Edwin Keita. He had to tip it on because it didn't bounce up. And I was worried he was going to have kicked it dead, but he managed to get there and get it down. Edwin Keita. Good lad. Good lad. And this is actually good from the Sharks. It's exciting. And this is just something we've lacked so much this season. It was brilliant from Mapimpi. Tell you what, Keita's rapid. I'm glad he didn't try and grab that. Brilliant try. Brilliant try. And I tell you what, Jakobs had a huge part to play in that. Got himself free and got the ball over the top to Mapimpi. Oof. I'd like to see that in slow-mo to see if he actually got it down legally. They are double-checking it, which means the TMO thinks it might not be. But I tell you what, even if it's not a try, he did brilliantly just to get it there. Yeah, okay, well, if the TMO is saying it's a knock-on, it probably is. Otherwise, why would he bring it up? So it probably won't be a try. Hopefully he scored, but I was going to say, it seemed very rapid. Right, let's have a look. No, it's definitely not a try. Oh, well, it just depends if that's a knock-on or if he's knocked it back. If it's knocked back, let's have a look. It's difficult to say. If he's knocked that back, then gets downward pressure with his body, it's a try. It's just if it's a knock-on, if it's not a knock-on, it's a try. So okay, so it's not a knock-on. Okay. Okay, so the try will be awarded because they say it's missed his hands, it's gone through his hands, and then he's kind of fallen on it and he's grounded it with his stomach, which is a try. Because if it had been his leg that got the downward pressure, it wouldn't have been a try. So no knock on, downward pressure through the torso, try. And I mean, lucky, but I'll take it. Sharks can use all that luck. We need it. Tia Musuku with a, I'd say a slightly easier conversion this time than his last one. Keita's second try of the season. I mean, considering he hasn't played that much, it's not bad. Come on, Musuku. The flags are up. 14 points to 7. Come on, Sharks. Come on, the Sharks. Finally, something to cheer about. Ah, there we go. The chat's back now. Let's have a look. Okay. Stormers will beat Edinburgh easily, I think. Edinburgh have been a bit on and off. They've been very strange. Krobler with a great catch. Doesn't even jump for it. Just takes it. Any win for the Sharks in this game, I'll be fairly happy. So Hendrickson has it at the back. He launches it high. I don't think he's got much distance on that. But yeah, I tell you what, there's a knock back. Lowry comes away with it. Lowry he's small, but he's pretty rapid. He's nimble. He reminds me of Takia Abrams, who's killing it in France. Sharks defending well. Stewart. Chutuku trying to get over it. Cooney to Doak. Doak out wide. To McCann. Here's Stewart. Tackled by Labaskakny and Jakobs. Oh, and it's been lost forwards. And then it was lost forwards by Kitsov, and then lost forwards by Mchunu. Tell you what, though, if Mchunu had held that, he probably would have gassed. The guy is rapid. Oh, if he'd held that, he might have been through there. Damn it. But Sharks have a scrum, midfield, inside their own half, but it's a good pressure release. And look to Hendrickson to clear. Now, what I really want is Hendrickson to play the full 80. I don't particularly want Cameron Wright coming on the field, to be honest. So 2 scrum penalties for the Sharks, 1 for Ulster. So Sharks will just want to win their ball here, and they might try and play it, or they might try and play for some territory. I would. We're out of the 22, so I'd try and run it. We've got some serious gas in our back line, so why not use it? And Doak is not a natural 10, so yeah, hit it, hit his line. It's penalty to the Sharks, straight down from Kitsov, actually. Kitsov goes straight to ground. And I think it was collapsing the scrum with an early engage. So Masuku will use his cannon of a boot to launch it to the touchline. And the man has a cannon. Like, it's a big boot. And to be honest, because of that, I think he fully replaces Bosch in every way, and is better now in every way. Because everything Bosch used to be good at, he doesn't do anymore. He's just not as good at anymore. His running game used to be the best thing about him, and now it's meh. So changes here for Ulster. Kitsov is now leaving the field, and number 23 is coming on. So that will be, oh God, let me find the teams quickly. Number 23. Oh God, this is give me a second. That is Reffel. I guess it's Reffel. And then it will also probably be Andrew as well. So Sharks setting the maul here. It's moving forward slightly. They're going to have to use it, though. 3 is told to get out. Hendrickson goes blind. Chips through. Mapimpi is after this. Oh, and I'll tell you what, Ulster are playing with fire. It's a great offload at the back, but it could have gone wrong. They're on their 5-meter line. Doak acting as 9. Now, who are they going to use to clear? That's the question. Who's their kicker? Who's their clearance kicker? I assume it's going to be Doak, who's now dropped back into the pocket. But I think Cooney might be just setting for a box kick here. They're going to have to be careful because they don't have an out-and-out reserve fly half. Cooney's just working it back to the back foot there. And, oh, I tell you what, Etzebeth shoots up to stop the kick, so they have to quickly pass it off to, who is it? Not McCann, Sheridan. Ulster under severe, it's not, sorry, it was Warwick who came on for Kitsov. Reffel came on for Timony. And it's an all right clearance, I guess. I mean, it's not fantastic. In fact, it's not great from Cooney. He was under a lot of pressure there, though. The referee giving Etzebeth a lecture. That's quite funny. Sharks are actually playing well at the moment. This is good. This is good rugby from the Sharks. They're not giving away penalties. They're dealing well. Oh, and I think there might be a dislocated finger there from Mbanambi. Oh, I tell you what, I'm looking forward to Oxenchair coming on. Our scrum's already in ascendancy. When he comes on, it's going to be like, well, have fun. I do admit, I found my love of rugby when I moved to South Africa, and I really miss going to the Shark Tank to watch the games. I loved it. It was always fun. So it was great fun to go and watch the Sharks, and I do miss it. I don't go to nearly as much rugby as I used to. But what do you guys think? The Sharks are actually playing some decent rugby right now. Just a bit of a break here while Mbanambi gets some treatment on his hand. So I can't tell if it was a dislocation. He looked uncomfortable, put it that way. He still looks uncomfortable. still got this break going on. And it's Umbanambi's fingers that they're dealing with. And I don't know when it happened. I don't know when this injury happened. Victoria went to Newlands and mostly sober. Lol. So Sharks line out. They go to Krobler at the front. Butchelezi breaks off the back, feeds Hendrickse. Hendrickse feeds Mapimpi. Runs straight into McCloskey. That's like running into a wall. Mbanambi. Oh, straight over Doak. Hendrickse to Chutuka. Sharks are 4 meters out. Hendrickse. Masuku. Here is Hooker. Hendrickse to Mchunu. Mchunu steps backwards. Hendrickse again. Masuku. Dink over the top. Not sure if that's the right option. Oh, I tell you what, that's Currie dead. But they'll come back for the penalty. Sharks penalty. Till after the game. Yeah, well, I mean, if your team wins, you celebrate, and if your team loses, you drown your sorrows. Either way, beer. Mchunu looking like he's getting a little bit of cramp here. Mchunu looking a little bit crampy. Oh, and there we go. The Sharks version of the bomb squad coming on. Oxenchair and Vincent Koch. Can you imagine that's like your... Jeez, that's not fair. And I'm all for it. Yeah, and to be fair, Jacobs and Mchunu have had a great game. They've played really, really well. So this is a good time to bring them off, and good on them. They've played really well. But certainly with Koch and Oxenchair coming on, Sharks just have even more firepower now. Mchunu lining up the penalty. And with the way he's been kicking, you'd assume he'd get this. 83 of you watching a Sharks game. Now that's unusual. Welcome to all 83 of you. This is Forever Rugby on Forever Sports. My name's Cal. And don't forget to check out our sponsors, BitDefender and Boyle Sports. And the kick goes over. Hard to find sober people during a rugby match. You're not wrong, Colin. You're not wrong. And that's why we love it. It's hard to find sober rugby players after a game, in all honesty. So that makes it 17 points to 7. Sharks open up a 10-point lead. So I assume Doak will be doing the kicking off now. And he does kick off. 2 fresh pairs of brutish legs. You're damn right, Victoria. Cooney feeds Warwick. No, Warwick. Here's number 15 and Addison. Chutuka trying to get over it, but he's given away the penalty. Stewart out the back. McElroy flings it over. And Mapimpi has to shoot up to shut down McCloskey. And they'll come back for the penalty. Ball comes out and Hooker dives on it, but they'll come back for the penalty. Now, what do Ulster are going to go for the corner, but I honestly wouldn't have put it past them to actually go for points. Try and close the gap to 7. But they're going to go to the corner. It's a decent kick. They're into the 22, but they're about, say, 15 meters out. I don't know, Colin, I don't know if the Sharks are going to run away with it. Let's calm down on that. Sharks don't run away with much, except usually L's. They run away with L's quite often. But yeah, let's calm down there. Let's not speak too soon. We're still 25 minutes in this game. Ulster set them all. Initial drive from the Sharks through that maul is good, but Ulster have managed to keep it up. They're going to have to use it. It's not moving forwards. It's trickling forwards now. Brachban Gauteng. Are you Vainant? brought down by Ulster, so they're going to have to use it now. Hume, upended by Hooker. And Sharks are getting over it. No, it's a penalty to the Ulster on his hands. You call Ulster the Tottenham of rugby. So it'll be a penalty to Ulster. They'll kick to the corner, and they'll probably set another maul. Maybe you're overconfident. Well, yeah. It's always good to not be overconfident with the Sharks, especially now that they've got a 5-meter line out. There's a good hit from Hooker there, but just using his hands to support his body weight while he was going over. Etzebeth gets up there and wins the ball back for the Sharks. Now that is some pressure release there. Although, it looks like Sharks have been turned over. Sharks have been turned over here, and it might be a try for Ulster. So they're going to the TMO. They're checking for a cynical infringement for the turnover because the Sharks did have it. It is being played in SA Cup. It's in the Shark Tank in Dibs. Right, so good turnover from the Sharks. That's fine. Ball spills out. The ball spills out, so that's fine. There's no cynical play. Etzebeth, let's have a look. No, he hasn't. That's held up. That's held up. I don't think that's a try. I disagree there. No, he's technically not onside. He's not behind the last foot. I'd argue he looks onside, but the problem is he's not behind the last foot. So I'd argue he's offside. And I think that's held up anyway. How does that come out? This is it. This is an interesting one. I don't know what they're going to call it. I genuinely don't know what he's going to call this. Yep, there we go. Try to Ulster. Colin, this is why I told you not to get too ahead of yourself. And it is Treadwell who scores that try. And unfortunate, but also poor from the Sharks. Did really well to score that try. To get the turnover through Etzebeth in the line-out. And then just poor control of the ball in the ruck. I would argue that it was held up. There's an arm under that. But I tell you what, this kick is vital. It's a crucial kick. John Cooney will take over the kicking. Well, I tell you what, Cooney's got a huge amount of points for Ulster. Over 800. So this kick's pretty vital. And we're about to go into the last quarter of the game. And Cooney's missed, so it'll stay 17 points to 12. So 5-point ball game at the moment. We've got a minute and a half left of this third quarter, and then we're in the back end of the game. So Masuku will get us started. I do wonder if Bosch just won't even come on. I wouldn't complain if he doesn't. It's Hume who gathers, and then he launches his kick downfield. He's found a good touch, almost up to halfway. Well, that try was one that could have gone either way, so I'm frustrated, but not upset because it was fair. So I think Edsabeth has made way for Raal. Yep, Cornet Raal is on the pitch. And he wins his line out, but it falls straight to the ground and falls for Ulster. Stewart comes away with it. And that's poor from the Sharks. Really poor management. Henderson out the back. Lowry on the wing. Oxenchair brings him down. Really good scrag there from the Ox. Knock on from Ulster. Sharks scrum. Sharks do need some kind of... They need to now score some points. Even if it's just a penalty, it'll take them out to 8-point lead. I think a win here takes us above the Dragons. At least we won't be last on the log. So, Vincent Cox, first scrum as a Sharks player. Let's hope he has some hell of an impact as we've now moved into the last quarter of this game. Oh, and it's a huge scrum from the Sharks. They win the penalty, and considering the front row that the Sharks now have, it is just a Springbok scrum. And Masuku will go to the touchline. They are backing themselves. I tell you what, after that, I would think about resetting the scrum. Masuku kicks to the line. Has he found a good touch? Yeah, it's a decent touch. I think he's brought play just outside the 22. And oh my God, they monstered that scrum. Ulster's scrum there got absolutely monstered. What? O'Toole literally lifted off the ground by Oxenchair. And Sheridan has been replaced, and it's Ria who's come onto the pitch. Mbanambi to throw in at this line out. Good take from Chituka at the back. They've set the maul. It's moving forwards now. Oh no, the ball goes to ground. Although it's a penalty to the Sharks. Hendrickson, Hooker, Masuku, Keita. Ooh, I looked high. Flings out the back. Hooker picks it up. He bounces off Doak. My mic's a bit quiet. No one said that yet. Maybe I just need to be a bit closer. So they'll come back for the penalty. Yeah, Ox bid them. There's a bit of argy-bargy here. It's actually Mabimpi. And then obviously Fussy gets involved with it as well. A little bit of back and forth, but nothing too hectic. So there won't be any penalty reversals or yellow cards or anything. The referee just telling the new man for Ulster that he's been on the pitch for 30 seconds. There hasn't been a single like push and shove in this game, and he's just come on. So if he causes it again, he'll be back off. And I love that from the referee. I love that. And it looks like the Sharks are out for blood. They want to go for the touchline. penalty because of the collapsing of the maul. So this will be good for the Sharks. Hopefully they can get it close and set another maul. Good kick from Masuku. Takes play inside the 22, about 17-ish meters out. I think O'Toole is now going off. Yep, there's been a change for Ulster. Number 18 is on. That is... Who's number 18? That must be... Izuchuku. Isuchuku. Interesting name, that. Interesting name. So, Mbonambi throws, and it's Krobler who takes this one. They've set the maul. They're going a good maul defense to start with for Ulster. They've driven it back, but now it's moving forwards. Hendricks is going to have to play this. He does. Here's Hooker. Hooker doesn't get through Doak's tackle, but makes a meter or two. They've gone back to the right, and Mbonambi's on the charge. Bangs into Lowry. They're up to the 5. Advantage to the Sharks. Here's Rahl. And a penalty. There's going to be a yellow card here. Is that Henderson? There's going to be a card of some kind. And I tell you what, oh, Hume's come in and made it so much worse. And it's Chituka who's being wrapped up. And this is going to be interesting. They're going to have to look at that entire passage and see what happened. But there's... Yeah. Oh, God, there could be multiple cards coming out here. So both Chituka and Hume are going to get yellow cards. We'll see what happens with the rest of it, though. This is going to be interesting. So it's Labaskachny who has potentially come in with a shoulder. This could be really interesting. There could be 4 players or 3 or 4 players going off here. This is going to be an interesting resolution to whatever happens here. God knows what's going to happen. I didn't see what happened. I saw the high tackle from Henderson, which he was about to give a yellow card for immediately. So, let's see. Yeah, I mean, it's nothing crazy from Henderson. Like, it is high. I mean, that's minimal, unless something else happens. Yeah, I mean, from Labaskachny's point of view, nothing has really happened. So that's fine. I mean, I seriously don't think much has happened there. So the high tackle wasn't terrible. It was definitely high. And in a dangerous field position, should we say. Labaskachny, let's see what he does here. He does... I mean, no. Yeah, there's nothing there. So it's going to be a double yellow card for Ulster and a single card for the Sharks. So Chituka's going to the bin, and Hume is going to the bin for their scuffle, and Henderson's getting a yellow for his high tackle. So Henderson has been yellow carded. So both Chituka and Hume have been yellow carded. So now it's 14 plays 13. That I haven't seen in a hell of a long time. And honestly, I think that is probably fair because they did make it worse. Chituka had his hands like that on Hume's face. Like this was late on in the, I suppose, the shoving and everything. Sharks definitely want to use a rolling maul here. They've got a big advantage now. And they do. They set the maul at the back of this line out. Ulster have defended it well so far, but it looks like it's going to splinter. Sharks are piling in. Cater's in there. Sharks moving forwards. Could be a penalty try. And Bongi Mbonambi scores the try for the Sharks. And now it is panic stations for Ulster. They've taken 2 yellow cards and a try. And don't forget, the yellow cards will last for almost the rest of the game. There'll be about 5 minutes left when those 2 players can come back. And this could now get ugly for Ulster. Brilliant maul there from the Sharks. Really well managed. So, Masuku, can he keep his 100% record going? Sharks 22, Ulster 12 with the kick to come. Can he get it? Steps forward. Masuku, and he's missed this one. He pulls it to the right. But I tell you what, Masuku's having a great game, and for God's sake, I wish he was in the team sooner. Yeah, Ulster have been really uncharacteristic. Well, they've been just on a downhill slope for a while now, and they've been bad with this kind of thing recently. So Ulster kick off. We got 13 minutes left, and I tell you what, the Sharks very silly let it bounce, but they do luckily get the ball back. Hendricks are really trying to dig this out. And because it's taking so long to come out, the ball is turned over. And that's really poor from the Sharks. And it's things like that that irritate me. It's like, come on, you're Springboks. Like, come on. Really frustrating from the Sharks there, especially after scoring that try. It's just a let-off for Ulster. But hopefully we can make amends. I would love to get a bonus point here, so another try would be lovely. Start climbing the bottom end of that ladder. Come on, boys. Come on. Come on, boys. Boys. Come on, boys. Boys. Oh, and the Sharks scrum is just so dominant. But who is it? As McCann breaks off the side. Brought down by Masuku. Cooney feeds number 20. I don't remember who 20 is. 20. Who's 20? Who's 20? Oh, and Koch comes away with it with a great strip. 20 is Rhea. Masuku moving it wide. Mapimpi, take on the line. Mapimpi kicks forward. There is a huge race for it. Oh, and that's good from the 14. McElroy. McCluskey is smashed out. There is the flag up, and that is a great tackle there on McCloskey. But I tell you what, that slide to gather the ball by McElroy was brilliant. Brilliant slide there from McElroy. The Sharks players couldn't do anything about it because they couldn't really dive on him. What a hit from Hooker. Great hit from Hooker. Tell you what, Hooker's had a brilliant game. And that, I think, is the 12 we've needed. Now, it'll be interesting what happens when Esterhazen gets back. Because Hooker's been really good. So, Bongi Mbanambi has made way for Van Vuren. Sharks are being told to get into the line out. We're into the last 10 minutes. We are in the last 10 minutes. Sharks lead by 10. Good throw from Van Vuren. Krobler takes it. Here is Oxenche. Good carry. Didn't make many meters, but it's a good carry. Hendrickser's got at the back. He's not going to use Masuku, so it will be a box kick. It's really good height for Cater to chase. Tries to get Lowry down. Can't do so. He's got good feet, does Lowry. Reffel with a good carry. Oh, and he's flung it into Treadwell. Sharks will be able to play on here if they want to. Hendrickser clears downfield. No one is home. Who's chasing, though? Hendrickser is chasing. Ulster are just going to have to try and play for some territory. Oh, that's a low kick. That could have been charged down. And that hasn't found touch. Cater will run it back. Come on, take him on, take him on, take him on. He's lost it back. No, he's been stripped in the tackle by Doak. That was poor. Really poor from Cater. There is what's his name? Addison. No, not Addison. Andrew. But the Sharks, they're play. And there's a penalty to the Sharks. Brilliant from the Ox. And Sharks have looked like a totally different side in this, not only in the second half, but in this game. Oh, of course, yeah, no, Scott Wilson is number 18. What the hell am I talking about? I don't know who Izuchukwu is. Never even heard of him. So, Sharks are going to try, they're going to gun for that bonus point. They're gunning for the bonus point, and I love it. And it's a brilliant kick from Masuku. He's brought play up to the 5 meter. Brilliant kick. Sharks need to score here. Another pushover try will be absolutely lovely. By the way, I don't know if you know this. I only found it out recently. If a team has lost 3 players, so if they've got 3 in the bin and then they go down to 11, the game's called off. A team is not allowed to go below 12 players. That's not straight. Not straight. That's a poor throw from Van Vuren, and that is a huge missed opportunity to get a bonus point there from the Sharks. Really, really frustrating there for the Sharks. Let's see. Anyone else chatting? Sharks are back. Can only get better. I wouldn't say they're back, but they're playing, and I'm happy I'm just happy they're playing rugby because they've not done anything of the sort this year. Bonus point try. Not if they keep doing stupid stuff like that. So, wait. So, the hell? Why is it a line out? No idea why it's a line out to Ulster. Ulster throw to the back. It's lost forward. Rahl has it. Rahl is over. But I think he might have knocked it on. It's called a goal line dropout. Wow, they're not even checking it. I thought that was worth a check. But it's a goal line dropout. Gosh, another missed opportunity to get that bonus point. But really good reaction time from Rahl. I'll give him that. Doak kicks long. It finds grass. Masuku picks up. He's going to hit the line. He's through, but he loses his feet. Hendrikse plays to the left. Koch. Labiskakni. Puts it on the foot. Gets it through. Lowry's there. Lowry is forced out by Mapimpi. We got just over 5 minutes left of this game, guys. All 109 of you for a club game. Now that's rare. That's really rare. 114. Welcome, guys. Welcome to Forever Rugby. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Do check out our sponsors in BitDefender and Boyle Sports. They obviously help us bring you all of this cracking action. Especially for, I think this is the first game the Sharks are winning that I've commentated on since like October. It's been a long time. I almost refuse to do the Sharks games anymore. It's tapped back on the Shark side. Mapimpi's got it now. Driving those legs. They're into the 22. Now they've set a maul around him, but he's been held up, so this might get turned over. And Sharks do manage to get it out. Hendrikse feeds Krobler. Krobler's had a good game. Koch. Oh, he's upended by Ria. Here is Chituka sits down one. Chituka's had a great game. All the players who got yellow cards are back on the field. So it's 15 against 15 now. Buthelezi spins out of one tackle. I'd argue that there was potential obstruction there, but Oxenchair picks up. He's driven back. Here's Vincent Koch, takes on one, driven back. Good goal line defense here from Ulster. Krobler gets it away in the tackle to Hendrikse. Who is that? Hendrikse feeds Chituka. He loses it forwards. Advantage to Ulster, and it'll be a scrum 5 to Ulster. Chituka's had a really good game. That's frustrating. That will really annoy him. Funnily enough for me, I would say that Sharks 12, Hooker, deserves the man of the match. He's been brilliant today. Been everywhere. Who else? Nchunu had a really good game. Or Masuku. Masuku's had a brilliant game. In fact, the Sharks have played generally very well. And it's really good to see. Like, the locks have been brilliant. Yeah, no, I mean, Sharks have put together a team performance, which is so rare to see from them. 3.5 minutes left in this game. 3.5 minutes. Can the Sharks get the bonus point? Yeah, just to get a bit over-eager from the Sharks. Who's rubbish? Bosch. Bosch isn't rubbish. He's not what he used to be. He needs to leave. He needs to go to France where it will suit his game style. And I promise you, you will see how he used to be in France. So they go to the blind side to Ulster. Who's their number 22? Postlethwaite. Okay. And it's lost forwards. Sharks will come back through Buthelezi. He swings it in field. Here's Fassi. Oh, and it's just an awful cross between Fenter and Fassi. And that's another opportunity gone. God, the Sharks annoy me so much. Sharks push me off so much. So it'll be a scrum, 2 and a bit minutes left, and it will be Ulster ball. I don't see us getting the bonus point, but I'm happy with a win. In all honesty, like, I'll take a win. We've played well. A little bit of what's it called? Poor execution at times, and obviously, we get into the scoring zone and then don't. But it's a start. I mean, it's such an improvement on our last few games. We can't expect everything. Now, do we monster their scrum? That's really not in straight at all. Oh, it's a good line there from Hume. Hendricks is over it, but he had to release. Cooney had to actually go into that ruck to protect it. Henderson with a great tip on. And I tell you what, this is trouble here for the Sharks. Cooney wrapped up by Mabimpi. Arms over it. Doesn't quite get over it, though. Lowry out to McCann. McCann out. Oh, he stepped out. And with a minute left, Sharks will have their line out. So Ulster cannot win the game, but the Sharks will probably want to keep playing, try to get the bonus point. But Ulster could come away with a bonus point. So it's a weird one. Do the Sharks value the bonus point more than they value keeping Ulster, not letting Ulster get a bonus point? I would say play for our own bonus point. An Ulster bonus point doesn't mean much to us because we can't get into the playoffs. French, look, in the Six Nations, the French are only worse, I'd say, than the English. Oh, and the Sharks don't win the line out. Oh, I tell you what, Postlethwaite almost kicked that away. So Doak with a chip cross kick, beautiful cross kick to McElroy. McElroy chips it forwards, and with a great scramble back and pick up. And at this point, I think the Sharks will probably look to just get the ball off the pitch. There's no scrum off. Rahl acts as scrum off. Koch. No, I guess the Sharks aren't going to kick this out. They want that bonus point. No, Hendrickson decides to get it off the field. Sharks do get their second win of the season. And that was a lot more convincing than they've been in every other game this season. So, yes, we didn't get the bonus point. We had a lot of errors, but it was a good game. We played a good game, and I'll take that all day, every day. Let me guys, let me know what you think of that game. Blue and Young just saying, way too many schoolboy errors from a team of Springboks. Yes, there were quite a few, and yes, they were frustrating as well. But I'm just really happy for the Sharks to just finally get a win in the URC. It feels like it's been decades. 22 points to 12. Really, really good game from the Sharks. A couple of errors, could have come away with a bonus point, but didn't. But good win for the Sharks. And I think that injury to Billy Burns made a huge difference. But that's been me, guys. I'm Cal for Rugby on Forever Sports. Don't forget to check out our sponsors and like and subscribe. And check out the review as well. That'll be coming out fairly soon. And I'll see you next weekend, I think. Have a great weekend. Enjoy your Saturday. And see you then. Cheers, guys.